Hello, everybody. It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks. Welcome back to our Brawl episodes for Throne of Eldraine. They have this neat little event up where you can play the Brawl decks against each other. This is episode 3 so far. I've played the Knight deck and the Jund Sacrifice deck, which did pretty well. And then I'm going to play Wild Bounty this time. This is kind of like a card advantage ramp deck. There's not really a lot to do on the top end, but it has some explosive draws with just tons and tons of like mana ramp creatures. Our commander is Chulane, Teller of Tales, potentially busted like cEDH commander, but this is just Brawl, so we're gonna keep it relatively little busting. 2 and Bant mana, 5 mana total for a 2/4 vigilance. Nothing super special there. The important part, whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, then put a land from your hand on the battlefield. So you get to ramp and draw extra cards every time you cast creatures. And you can pay 3 mana and tap them to return a creature you control to its owner's hand. I played this a couple times where you just lock people out by bouncing like a Meteor Golem or a Frilled Mystic back, and basically anything they resolve gets blown up, or anything they don't resolve gets countered. And you can generate tons and tons of mana. You'll notice just by the curve of this deck, there's not a lot to do at the top end. Your big game finishers are Perhelion and Razor and Thorn Mammoth, and then you've got the Meteor Golem Frilled Mystic type combos to try and lock your opponent out and just beat them with little creatures. So that is the name of the game. Your commander is extremely important in this deck, unlike in the other decks. You'll probably do very poorly if Chulane just never hits the battlefield. And the best way to probably beat it is to kill Chulane every time it comes out if you have the choice. So that's where we're at. Playing Bant this time, my favorite color combination in Magic. And we'll see how we do with this. Before we jump into the matches, the usual spiel. You can subscribe below, comment below if you like this video, if you want to see more Brawl content when it officially releases on Arena and all that good stuff. You can find us on Twitter at MTG_ManaRocks. Again, I don't use Twitter too often, but if more people decided to go ahead and follow me on Twitter and wanted to converse, then I would use it a little bit more often. All right, enough of that. Let's play some Bant. Let's actually click the Bant deck. There we go. Submit. And we will play 3 matches as we have been with the rest and just see kind of where we end up. Not really aiming for any particular goal. No prizes to be won. Nothing on the line here. Just playing to test out the deck and get a feel for it and kind of showcase what it can do. So thanks for watching. My name's Timothy with Mana Rocks. See you in match number 1. All right, we're here with match number 1. We've got the good old Chulane mirror match. This is probably actually a mulligan. If I draw a green source, it's quite good. And I kept. Whoops. What happened there? Just draw a green source. That's all I ask for. That's all I want. If I can play Paradise Druid on turn 2 or District Tide on turn 3, I'll be pretty happy. Although, I guess we can't interact with our opponent's Chulane, so they're probably going to get really far ahead. Hey, I mean, look, that's what I asked for, right? So, what are you complaining about? What do you want? There's a Biomancer's Familiar in this deck, which is insane with Spectral Sailor. 2 mana, draw a card. Also really good with the commander for what it's worth. Rose Thorn, or is it Rosette Horn Acolyte? So this one, you can pay green mana to just filter that into any color, and then it's a 2/3 that taps for any color. So our opponent can play Chulane next turn. We are quite a ways off from casting our Chulane unless we go Paradise Druid here. I'm going to go ahead and Smackaroonie and the mana efficiency tells me to play District Guide, but being able to play Chulane and try to keep up with the opponent seems relevant. Just keep smacking them with Spectral Sailor for now. Keeper of Fables is really good too, but can't get through a 2/4. Ooh, opponent doesn't have another land. That's not going to be a problem for long, but it does mean that we might be able to out-Chulane them because we have plenty of stuff to do with our hand. And let's keep getting this Spectral Sailor in there. And of course, they get extra draws every time they cast creatures, so they're bound to hit more lands here. Also, this is going to probably tap for double green at some point this turn. So they have a lot more mana than it looks like. Okay, well, they're using their turn to Beanstalk Giant, which is a rampant growth that puts the land in untapped. And then Prison Realm to Chulane. All right, they had an answer, and I don't have the bounce spell ready, so This is creature. Yeah. I guess I have the Steelborn Hydra. I'm pretty sure if I put this in the command zone and then I blow up Prison Realm later on, I get Chulane just back out onto the battlefield. I'm pretty sure that's how this works. Shark to Crab. Not exactly a great draw. So I guess we go Keeper of Fables here and just hit him for 1. I would rather... it costs 6 mana to blow this up, basically. Yeah, let's just cast this Keeper. Keep pecking for 1. This is a very good card, too. It's kind of weird. It's just like this random cat. Speaking of random cat, I love you. Who loves you? Nobody. Nobody loves you. All right, enough of that. Opponent's at the probably close to the wrecking us phase of this game. They have an active Chulane, ton of cards in hand, Beanstalk Giant, and they're going for the extra mana on board. So now this taps for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. They have infinite mana. Let's see, if I attack with Keeper of Fables, this can actually get in there. Chulane is the only creature they can throw in front of it that blocks it. I don't think they have combat tricks, even though they do have 3 mana here. So I'm probably going to play this for... I can play it for 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can play it for 2. And then end of turn, blow up Prison Realm. Give me my Chulane back. Could also run away together, but that doesn't seem that good here. Draw a card. Pretty solid. Already played my land for turn, but that's fine. So let's go green. Green. 1, 2. Cast this thing. X is 2. And then end of turn, remove a counter to kill Prison Realm. So when I hover over Prison Realm, my commander is highlighted. I'm pretty sure because it's in exile right now. No, it's in the command zone. We'll see if that's true or not. I'm pretty sure if Prison Realm leaves the battlefield, I'm supposed to get my commander back the same way like Banish and Light or something like that would work. Because it's still tied to Chulane. I guess we'll find out for the sake of science. It's one of those hazy rules. All right, Meteor Golem. That's going to kill my cat, I assume. Hopefully they just target my Hydra. Then I can blow that up. All right, this is fine. This is fine. Unfortunately, I can't threaten a double block on Chulane. Does this have Death Touch or anything? I assume any card with the word Rose in its name has Death Touch. I probably also want to kill Meteor Golem with the other counter on this Hydra. Alright, they didn't attack at all. Alright, let's see what happens. Blow Prison Realm. And my commander stays in the command zone. Oops. No, that's not oops. I thought it was supposed to work that way. I guess not. I guess... I mean, I know if I left it in exile, it would work that way, but I guess I was wrong. This is fine, though. This is all fine. So what are we doing here? I was really banking on untapping with that. I do have to kill Meteor Golem before the turn passes, though. I guess I just go, like, Shark to Crab and then kill Meteor Golem. Try to bluff an attack here. Maybe they let one damage through. Maybe not. I just can't let them have their commander with Meteor Golem. Alright, you got me. You figured it out. Alright, let's go and blow that up. Oh, they have 3 mana up. I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Good game, you got me. Shame scoop. Shame scoop. Wow, I played that whole last turn incorrectly. Why did I just blank on them having mana with their untapped creatures? All right, well, here's how not to play the deck. We're going to go ahead and run that back again for a second round. So, look, I promise I know how to play Magic. I really do. Anyway, let's prove that with match 2. All right, match 2 is up. No white mana in my opening hand. Incubation Druid doesn't make white mana unless your lands already do that, but I'm still going to keep this hand. We're on the draw. We're also against this deck, which is extremely unpleasant to play against, even though this card's really good. I guess I can run out Island Spectral Sailor. This card is so powerful, and this deck doesn't have ways to deal with it. The Thorn Mammoth does not actually deal with it for us, because it has Death Touch. Command Tower, pretty good draw. Let's go Incubation, I suppose. Doesn't really matter. Can't cast our commander either way next turn. We'll play Firemind Vessel next turn. Oh, I didn't attack with Spectral Sailor. I promise I know how to play Magic. Do you not believe me? Mortify Incubation Druid. I'm actually okay with that. I'd rather them use that on one of these creatures than on my commander. Although if they play their commander next turn, I don't have a way to deal with it, so they're just going to get to start making tokens. It's just so hard to keep up. Plus that deck has like Safara and the Dragon and just kind of these ridiculous unbeatable cards. All right, Chulane time it is. So we're going to have to try to outdraw them, but their cards give them 2/1 attackers. Our cards just put us cards in hand. Like, their cast trigger is better than our cast trigger. Not in a long game, but overall it is. Plus, I don't even have creatures to cast in my hand to trigger Chulane, so this isn't exactly great. Okay, Arcanist out is fine. Fine, a respectable Magic the Gathering card into the Golden Egg. And they have removal. Like, they get to kill our creature, make a 2/1. Look, they just have 8 power on board, and all they did was cast, like, normal cards. I have to put that in the command zone. Meteor Golem's good, but it's going to be too late. Like, Meteor Golem's not actually good enough. Like, by the time I cast this Meteor Golem next turn, they're going to have so many things on board. I'm actually probably going to play Thorn Mammoth and kill, like, their Owl first, and then hopefully get to kill enough things with these. We know better than to try and go for the go for the Conclave Tribunal to get our commander back, because it doesn't work that way. And what are we taking, like 10 this turn? I'm going to trade Spectral Sailor for a 2/1. They have another card in hand, too. Like, if you don't kill this right away, you just lose. Oh, and then they have Safara as well. Sure. No block. So if I don't draw a removal spell for Safara, we'll just wrap this up. Yeah. Not cutting it. Not cutting it. Good job, Chulane. You really showed him there. We weren't winning that game even with Chulane. I guess I could have Meteor Golem Safara, but we're not winning that game. Let's run it back for the final match. Match 3 coming up. All right, we are on the draw for our final match. This is not a particularly good opening hand. We can't cast our spells. Even though we have 3 mana sources, they're all green. I'm going to take the freebie mole. This is a lot better. Not super rampy, but a lot better. We're against the Knight deck, which I think is probably a fine matchup for us. Especially this thing seems really good to dump mana into. Scrying for a creature to play on turn 2, hopefully. Tons of 2-mana dorks. I'd like to draw one here. Venerable Knight. 2/1 that puts a counter on a knight when it dies. Alright, guess we'll just sit around for a little while. I'm going to probably play Gyre Engineer next turn. Opponent missing red mana, it seems. Not necessarily, but... Shining Armor. It doesn't actually do anything. Plus it has Flash. It just gives that more toughness. Okay. Yeah, Wayfinder would have been a fine draw last turn. Let's go ahead and Gyre Engineer here. Let's just cast Chulane next turn, even though we can't follow up with anything. Gonna go and get smacked for 2. Yeah, still getting smacked for 2. Then getting smacked for 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast Chulane, play the tap land, and hopefully we get to untap with Chulane. Our opponent missed a land drop. No Mortify. Ugh. Let's put that in the command zone. Alright, well, there goes that plan. I guess if we draw an untapped source, I'm just going to cast Chulane again. Yeah, we'll just run it back again. You have a Mortify as well. That would be annoying. Alright, there's that red source. They probably just drew that off the top, I'm guessing. They do have the Mortify. Oh my god. Put it in the command zone. Look, our hand's still fine here. It's just kind of annoying. They had like the two removal spells that came in the deck. Alright, that's pretty good. So I can play this in attack and draw a card, or I can cast Wayfinder or like Risen Reef plus District Guide. I think I just want to get dudes out here. Not super worried about having to cast Chulane again. Let's go District Guide and then Risen Reef, I suppose. I can get a tapped land here. Alright, well, Risen Reef first. Flower Flourish, sure. So play that. I'm going to actually hold on to Flourish here. If they play a Knight, then I can't really block. Although I actually don't even mind double blocking. We can Meteor Golem that thing. Their commander would be annoying. Yeah, I think my hand's so much better than my opponent's that I just want to... Oh, this is indestructible. That's annoying. I wanted to get that off board. This has Death Touch as well, so it's trade-in. Alright. Risen Reef's not, like, unexpendable. It's an expendable creature in this deck. It already did its thing. There aren't a lot of elementals floating around. Opponent's probably going to play the commander next turn. Do I have a way to kill this? Yeah, I can just Meteor Golem it. Kind of want to Meteor Golem their commander, though. So what am I doing about Sky Knight Legionnaire is the question. I can go Forbidden Spirit plus Wayfinder. Could also cast Circuitous Routes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Problem is, if I Meteor Golem Sky Knight Legionnaire, I'm just going to die to Sky Knight Legionnaire if I don't deal with it, so... Let's go Flower Flourish. I don't think it matters what I get here. Let's just get a Plains. And then Golem. Take that out. Alright, well, opponent can't play their commander this turn, but they can next turn. Tajik is fine, I guess. If they want to trade Tajik for Meteor Golem to get in 3 damage, I'm okay with it. Oh no, they can give it first strike. God, super annoying. So I have to take that, and then... Yeah. Dang, that's bad. Tajik's not even a soldier. We talked about this. Alright, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus Forbidding Spirit is probably my play. Yeah, and then we'll play this thing. And we will pass. And just crack this now. Go get an island, I suppose. Alright. Not super worried about the commander right now. It is extra cards for them, which is kind of my saving grace that they're low on cards. Sure, Gwyn's fine. That means they can't attack this turn because of the Forbidding Spirit. And then I can play like a really big Steelbane Hydra, I guess. You cannot attack opponents. You can move the equipment, I suppose. That is a thing you can do. Growth Spiral. I could go for Chulane again. It costs 9 mana. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that would be the only thing I'm doing this turn. Doing it. Just got to outvalue my opponent somehow here. I guess I could play this Hydra and blow up the equipment. I need them to not have like a really good equipment in their hand. What are the chances they don't have a really good equipment? Conrad while I'm at 3 life? Oh, okay. Well, that will do it. So, good game. And we take the 0-3 with this deck. That would, to be fair, like, they had Despark into Mortify. So, they had 2 single target removal spells for the commander, and we kind of went in on the commander, despite what I say to not do that. And we got punished for it. But the decks only have, like, 2 or 3 single target removal spells. Our opponent was stuck on lands. They had to have specifically those 2, and they did. And we fell behind from there. Probably could have traded a little more aggressively or played a little bit differently, but it's part of the reason I don't like this deck. It has a lot of ramp. It's a lot worse on the draw than it is on the play because the opponent gets to stick some creatures and then just deal with your commander and start attacking you with the creatures, whereas when you're on the play, they have to kill this right away. They don't have the pressure on board. They have to use their turn to kill it, and then hopefully you can replay it and keep playing that game. We didn't really see a lot of the late game stuff. And we got hosed by the fairy deck, which is just kind of unfair. But, yeah, it didn't play out super well here. It might have been better served to play this thing, but Sir Conrad was going to kill us at the end regardless. We could either not block. I guess we could block in a way where we don't kill their creatures, but then how are we beating Conrad, right? So we were in trouble there for sure. And I'm not a huge fan of this deck, but we played it out. We didn't really get to do the thing with Chulane at all. In fact, our Chulane was just beat by everybody else's cards. So, yeah, that's part of the reason I don't like this deck. It doesn't work very well as a standalone deck unless your commander's on the battlefield, whereas some of the other decks are just fine if you don't ever cast the commander. Like the Knight deck's fine without the commander, but the commander can wrap the game up for you. This deck needs Chulane to stick. And we did not stick him, unfortunately. So that's going to be it for the Chulane deck. We are going to wrap this up with the Fairy deck next time, which I'm excited about because I do think it is the best of the bunch by a pretty wide margin. And we'll see if that's true next time on Mana Rocks. So thanks for watching. If you want to see more content like this, Brawl specifically, let me know in the comments below. Or find us on Twitter at MTG_Mana Rocks. Thanks for watching me get completely trashed here. I'll see you all next time.